Now that Drupal is set up with our main content known as nodes, we can add some secondary content to our Flower Shop site. For this site, we will be subscribing to an external RSS newsfeed, which will show up in a sidebar next to our main content. If you're unfamiliar with RSS, it's a new technology that allows you to subscribe to a website's content without having to visit that page. So starting from our administrator screen, we can actually go to the feed aggregator administration page. So on administer, find the link feed aggregator. If you do not see the feed aggregator link, that's because the aggregator module has not been enabled yet on your site. You need to do that before we can add an RSS feed. So clicking on feed aggregator, we're now brought to the feed aggregator page where we see that there are no feeds added to our site currently. So we're going to go up into the tab area and click add feed. And we see to add a feed, we need to supply both a title and a URL for that RSS feed. For this site, we're going to add the Drupal News RSS feed, and we're going to get that actually from the official Drupal webpage. So this is the official Drupal homepage, drupal.org, and at the bottom of this site is actually a little icon known as an RSS icon. We can right-click and copy the link pointing to this RSS icon, and we can come back and actually paste in the URL and click Save. If you're unfamiliar again with RSS, you will actually start to notice that that little RSS icon appears on many other sites. And as you see at the bottom of the New York Times website, for example, they also carry RSS feeds and they use the same icon. So you should be able to subscribe to your favorite sites through their RSS feeds. Okay, going back, we now can close these extra tabs. And going back to our Drupal, we see that the feed Drupal News was successfully added. So let's check that. We click on List in the feed aggregator screen, and we see Drupal News actually comes up listed. But we notice that there are 0 items here. That's because the feed was never updated. Now, Drupal can auto-update these feeds on its own, but we need to tell Drupal to update right now because we would like to see this content. So instead of waiting for Drupal, we clicked Update Items, and now we see that there are 25 items listed in this feed. Well, how can we be sure of that? We can click the feed title from this screen. I'm going to open it in a new tab, visit the feed aggregator screen, and now we see that there is content that we did not add by hand to our site. This is all the RSS content coming in from the Drupal News feed. So I'm going to close this screen and go back to the feed aggregator screen. So not all Drupal sites will need or use RSS feeds. And as we will see later, these feed items will get themed just like the rest of the site content.